Malachi chapter 3 and verse 16. Then they that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him of them that fear the Lord.
Of them that what?
Of them that fear the Lord.
Right. So this is all about fearing the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The fear of the Lord, you have to pray for that. You're not necessarily born with it. It's a gift, man. There's a lot of people that don't fear the Lord. So that's what this thing is about. You hear me? It's about fearing the Lord in these last days. Do you fear the Lord? As a being a parent, you'll understand if this earth remain and you be a parent, you'll understand there's certain children that fear you. It's certain children that's hard-headed as hell. You see, and that's where we at in these end times. You gotta, do you fear the Lord or not? That's what the Lord is. He's searching for. That's what he's trying to find. Do you fear the Most High or not? Do you fear him? There's a lot of people that say that they fear the Most High, but the fear of the Most High is not in this earth. So then what? If that's what we doing, right? Because we're all basically we're all the children of the Most High, right? So we have a father, and as a father, if I send Gracie to tell you something I said do, and then you tell Gracie I ain't got to do it, what do you think I'm gonna do to you?
Judge me.
I'm gonna do more than judge you. The Bible calls it judge. I'm gonna chastise you. So that's what's here. The Most High sent his servants to warn his children of the impending judgment that's coming. Now, do you fear the words of the Most High or not? That's the question. Because when the servants tell you, thus saith the Lord, and you tell the servants, hey, I ain't got to do none of that. And when the Most High come back, or when he send his angels for judgment, you're going to be top of the list, man. So those that fear the Lord, they did what? Read it again. We're doing what the Most High said do. Read that for me, Trinity. 16.
Then they that feared the Lord.
Then they that feared the Lord, what?
Spake often one to another.
We speak often one to another in these songs, in these scriptures. Read.
And the Lord hearkened and heard it.
The Most High's taking account of what's going on. Even now, every time we link on these Sabbaths and through the week when we go through the precepts, it's always angels watching. And if we, when the word is coming out correctly and pure, the angels in agreement. They love that. And it's just something about hearing the word of the Most High pure. It's like a fresh cup of water, man. So the angels, they heard it in what? The Most High heard it in what?
And the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written.
There's a book being written, just like there's a book. You can go to the book of Genesis. You can read about Moses. You can read about Abraham. You can go to all these books and read about your forefathers. There's a book being written right now about your life, man. There's a book. Everybody got a separate book written about their life. And when the Most High comes back, when you appear before the Most High, it says, then the books will be open. Your book gonna be open. And this book gonna be open. What you did versus what he said do. That's how it's gonna be judged. What you knew to do and what you didn't. In these scriptures that we all know. So those that fear the Lord, and we're going to have that reverence for the Most High. We know what we should be doing in these last days. Read on, keep reading.
For them that feared the Lord and thought upon his name.
The Most High, we ask most people, what's the name of the Lord? They'll tell you God. So the Most High is making a difference. Okay, if you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, you know there's no J's in the Hebrew alphabet. You know the names that they gave you aren't the actual names that the Most High gave you. So you have to go back and seek the name of the Lord. Most people just call him God. Just call him Jesus when you know there's no J. So it's only a few and select people that think upon the name of the Lord. We know his name is Yahweh. We know the name of his son is Yahweh Shah. The Most High is taking note. And you have to search those things out. That's the point. The Most High is looking to see who's going to seek these things out. Can you give me that, Judah? It's the honor of a king to search out the matter. You know where that's at? Keep reading. Here, look it up. You can look it up. So keep reading, Grace. Train.
And they shall be mine.
And they shall what?
They shall be mine.
So the Most High knows who is his, right? Read on.
Saith the Lord of hosts.
Uh-huh.
In that day, when I when I make up my jewels.
Right. Remember we spoke last Sabbath about the temple. How the Most High is getting these jewels out the dirt. So he's getting his jewels based off those people that he watching. Okay, she's seeking me out. He's seeking me out. He's serious. She's serious. Oh, I'm gonna use them in this new temple. I can use them. Read on.
And I will spare them.
And I will what?
And I will spare them.
There's certain people that he not gonna spare. He not sparing hard-headed, knucklehead niggas. Niggas that don't want to listen, niggas that don't want to spend time, niggas when you read the word, it don't make sense to them. They don't care. He not gonna spare them. And when it's sword fall, when Esau getting turned back to that caveman and that murder she wrote mentality, a lot of these niggas gonna be first on the top of the list because you had no reverence for his word, you had no fear for his judgments. So when that time come, you gonna get it. Top of the list. But the Most High said, I'm going to spare those that fear me. He knows those who fear him. Read on.
And I will spare them as a man spareth his own son.
Right. I'm not going to hurt my son. I got a certain type of love for my son. So how much more the Most High? He going to protect his sons. He going to protect those that love him. Read on.
That serveth him. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous.
Discern between who?
Between the righteous
and who else?
And the wicked.
And the wicked. That's how you know who the righteous is. And that's how you know who the wicked is. Those that fear him. Those that speak upon his name often. Read on.
Between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not.
Right, man. So it's a beautiful thing that we continue together. It's a beautiful thing that we stay faithful. Give me that, Judah.
Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing.
Right, so he concealed his name. It tell you that in Psalms.
But the honor of kings is to search out a matter.
But the honor of who?
But the honor of kings is to search out a matter.
So it's our job to seek out these things that the Most High concealed. And that's how you know who is his. Because it says, you know, where your treasure is, that where your heart will be also. Paraphrasing, the things that you love, the things that are dear and close to you, that's where you're gonna spend the majority of your time. Right? So let's get right into it. Let's get John 21 and 15. John 21 and 15. Who had that? David? Bring it out. John 21 and 15. Who got it?
I got it.
Bring it out.
John chapter 21, verse 15.
Bring it out.
So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simeon, Peter, Simeon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these?
Right, so Yahushua is asking the question even now. He wants to know who loves me the most. So he's asking Simon, he said, you love me more than them? You got to understand these things, man. All these things that we read and write back then, they apply right now. Hey, yeah, you say you love God, well, show it. Everybody say they love Yahushua. Everybody say they love Yahweh. But where is his honor? Where is his glory? Where is his reverence? So Yahushua, read it again.
So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these?
Read.
He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs.
Right. So the Most High right now, he's figuring out who his fake friends are. Give me that in Sirach, what's that, Sirach 6 and 8? Give me Sirach 6 and 8. And give me Matthew 15 and 8. Give me David, find Matthew 15 and 8. Because the Most High got a lot of fake friends. So he got to figure these things out. And he set a list of guidelines to do to figure out who his friends are. So he said, if you love me more than these, then what he say do? Finish reading that. And Simon Peter said what?
He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs.
Do what?
Feed my lambs.
Feed my lambs, man. That's how you know that you love the Most High. And that goes from the youngest to the oldest. Y'all got friends. Y'all got people y'all know in the world. Everybody has somebody they can feed. Right? You feed the dog every day, don't you? feed the fish, right? Some people go out and feed they plants. They feed the lawn. They feed they flowers.
Yourself.
They feed themselves. The Lord said, feed my sheep. That's the difference. He said, you love me more than these? Well, then feed my sheep. Because Yahweh Shah left. So he left us in charge of the flock. And everybody has the ability and capacity to feed someone. You can always share your meal. This is love, man. And y'all got friends y'all age, there's no excuse. Everybody should be feeding someone. You should not be a hog. You should not be eating all the food. There's no way that you should not make a plate for somebody else. There's no way. All people are starving. Right? So give me that Sirach.
6 and 8.
Sirach,
Yeah, 6 and 8.
Sirach 6 and 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion,
Right. Read on.
and will not abide in the day of trouble.
So Yahweh Shah got fake friends, and they'll tell you. You say, how do you know you blessed? Because God love me because I got a lot of money. Well, so by that thinking, that means that you think, by your thinking, God doesn't love you if you broke, and that's how you base your relationship off money and materialistic things. That's a fake friend, and those people, they leave you when there's no money. They leave you when it does not benefit them any longer. You had something?
I just wanted to say, I think they imposed that from the Christian church because, the pastor always would say, you blessed, and blessing is coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a blessing in your life. Just give to the church. And
Yeah.
so it conditioned the minds of our people to think that, like, if you didn't receive money or some type of materialistic thing, that you wasn't blessed.
Right, that God's judging you. Or if they had money and you didn't have
Yeah.
money, God was with them and God wasn't
Yeah.
with you. Right? And that was wicked to teach us that. So they through saying that, they taught us to lust for money. Okay, I gotta get money. I gotta get materialistic things. That's how I know that God loves me. That's how I know that God is with me. But it's the opposite of that. The Lord said what? Give me Sirach 2 and 1 real quick. The Lord didn't say that. When the Lord said he said, prepare yourself for trouble. It's going to be some tough times, man. I talk to the bros. Hey, bros talk about, hey, Esau came, got their damn car. Hey, we don't have enough money for this. Look at the things that we go through. Is it roses and daisies for us? Is it a walk in the park? Hey, it's a real fight, ain't it? Yeah. It's a real fight, man. But spiritually, we're rich. And the love that we have for one another, hey, it can't be compared to anything. I wouldn't trade this for nothing. I wouldn't trade my family, the love that's here. I would not trade that for anything. I wouldn't trade what the Most High gave me. This is genuine love. You can't find this. And the Most High is bringing this family back. So the things that the world compare their riches to, it's not the real riches that the Most High gave. He gave us health. He gave us a sound mind. He gave us strength, man. He gave us wisdom. Right? He gave us these laws, these commandments, man. And he gave us discernment to know the difference, man. What you got?
I got Proverbs 10
You
and
got a precept
22.
too?
Proverbs 2 and 1.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 10 verse 22.
Read that.
The blessings of the Lord maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with
That's
it.
right. That's right. So, they'll tell you, okay, I'm rich. I got all this money, but you got diabetes. Every 15 minutes, you got to poke yourself with a needle and put it on a thing and do the damn, the numbering things. And then you got to decide whether you need sugar or water or whatever you have to do. What is it? They got to decide whether they need sugar or insulin.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether they need to eat a Snicker bar or whether they need to take an insulin shot. But I got money. You got money, but you got cancer. No, the blessings of the Lord make rich and addeth no sorrow. See what I'm saying? You're gonna be in good health even as your soul prosper. That's a balance. Health is a great part of this thing. You hear me? Health. Don't wake up in the morning and take your health for granted, man. That's from the Lord. That you young, that you vibrant, you got strength, right? You got all your teeth, you got all your digits, your limbs, right? You ain't got no blotches. You see what I'm saying? You healthy.
Come.
That's a blessing from you. Never had a broken bone. I believe it's a scripture. Like even they tried to break Yahushua's bone, but it didn't break. You see what I'm saying? I believe there's a correlation between the Most High's children and their bones never be broken. I've never had a broken bone.
Come.
I've never. The majority of my friends had broken bones. I've never had a broken bone. None of y'all had. You had a broken bone?
I was gonna say a precept about how the righteous, none of their bones. Have
See
been
what I'm
broken.
saying?
Come.
Give me that. But you had a precept?
I had a precept.
Bring it out.
Sirach 1 verse 18.
You got it.
The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of God, and it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him.
See, that's true riches, man. That's true riches to be able to think a sound thought. You hear me? Listen to what I'm saying to you. Most people can't think sound thoughts, man. They mind vexed them. It's a lot of people that you know, while you're sleeping sound on your bed, they fidgeting and tossing to and fro. They cannot sleep. They got demons and spirits vexing them. Vexing and will not leave them alone. All these things we take some of these things for granted. These are all gifts from the Most High. To have a father and have a mother, that is a gift. Under one roof, under one accord, that is a gift from the Most High. Do not take that for granted. Right? You had a precept? Bring it up.
Psalms 34:20.
Read.
He keepeth all his bones.
We do what?
He keepeth all his bones.
Now, how did I know that? How did I know that? Because my spirit bear witness with the truth. How did I know that? Read it again.
He keepeth all his
The
bones.
Lord gonna keep all your bones, man. Read.
Not one of them is broken.
Now what?
Not one of them is broken.
Oh, praise to the Most High, man. That's mighty, man. Give me Matthew 15
What's
and
that?
8.
Psalms what?
That's mighty, boy.
Wait,
Give
you
me
got
Matthew 15 and 8.
You got Matthew.
What precept was that?
That was fire.
Psalms 34. and
Give me
20.
Matthew 15 and 8, y'all.
34 and 20.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 8.
Right, so the Most High Yahushua got a lot of fake friends, man. Read on.
People draw nigh unto me with their mouth.
With their what?
With their mouth.
But what?
And hold me with their lips.
Right?
But their heart is far from me.
Right. So give me that, Grace.
Matthew
Good
15
job.
and 8. This people draw nigh unto me with their mouth,
Uh-huh.
and honoreth me with their lips.
Right?
But their heart is far from me.
These people don't know the Lord. That's what it is. Because give me 1 John 2 and 3. This is what the people tell you not. This is what the pastors are telling you not to do. It says, read it one more time, Grace.
This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth,
With their mouth, right? Read.
and honoreth me with their lips.
Yeah, I love the Lord. But what?
But their heart is far from me.
They not thinking about keeping any commandments, man. Not one. Not the littlest ones. Not the Sabbath. Hey, these are easy things to keep. Hey, don't put nothing defiled in your body. That's easy to keep. Right? If I tell you don't eat pork, why would you fight with me? Why would you say that's not in the Bible? When I'm telling you to keep your body, look, keep your body sound. You eat that pork, it's gonna be full of worms, man. It's gonna break you down. It's full of cancer and worms. It's full of defiled things. Why would you argue me when I tell you to do that? These people honor me with their mouths and with their lips, but their heart is far from me. That's part of the dietary law. That's part of the love that the Most High set in place to keep you healthy, right? The Lord is saying, look, I want you to have a sound body, a sound mind. I want you to have strength. Old age is a blessing. This is how you do it. You don't put A, B, and C in your body. This is what you put in your body, right? So, but when you ask them, can you eat pork? They'll say, yeah, Jesus blessed it. I can eat it. These people honor me with their mouths and with their lips, but their heart is far from me. So give me that, 1 John. You got a precept, Shanetta? Give me that, Judah. You got it?
Yeah. 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
If we what?
If we keep his commandments.
See, that's proof that these people don't know him. because they don't keep his commandments. Read.
He that saith I know him and keeps not his commandments is a liar.
Is a what?
Is a liar.
Is a what?
Is a liar.
And what else?
And the truth is not in him.
See? Anybody, if you say you know the Most High, and you don't do what the Most High said do, you're a liar. Go ahead.
I got Proverbs 16, 2 and 3.
Bring it up.
All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established.
Yeah, your thoughts shall be established. Right? Don't lean to your own understanding. The Lord knows the things that you desire. And if they righteous, he put that there. So only thing you got to do is worry about what the Most High said do. And he promised that those desires that you got in your heart, like you had a precept? Mm-hmm. You got desires in your heart, right, Judah? What's some of your desires?
To get better at basketball.
Better. You wanna shoot like Curry. You wanna jump. Okay, the Most High knows that. He put that in your heart to exercise, to be competitive. I got that very same, I go to the court, I do my thing. Right? What you got? But the point is, the Most High knows that. But commit your works to the Lord. He'll give you a jumper. That's a small thing, right? What about you, David? You got a desire? What do you want? We'll come back to you. You look like that monkey. They asked the monkey something, and then the monkey had an attitude, kept going like this. Then, you know what I'm talking about? That damn monkey. Give me what you got? What's your desire, Trinity?
To get better at sewing.
To get better at sewing, you want to become like a seamstress, right? Okay, the Most High know that's a righteous desire. Hey, but first commit your works to the Lord. He gonna establish your thoughts, in every way. And some people can't help but think wicked thoughts. You have to commit yourself, your works to the Most High, man. He gonna establish all your thoughts, man. The things that you desire and that you have righteous thoughts. You had a preception of it? That you had a precept, bring it up.
Proverbs 21 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Every way of a man is right in his own eyes.
Right.
But the Lord pondereth the heart.
The Lord pondereth the heart. So these people, they think, their way is right. So give me, he said, feed my sheep, right? So give me Micah 3 and 11 real quick. Because they did opposite of what the Most High told them to do. He said, if you love me, feed my sheep. But instead, they fed off the sheep. Give me Micah 3 and 11.
And 3.
3 and 11. Micah 3 and 11.
Micah chapter 3 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
The heads thereof judge for reward.
They do what?
Judge for reward.
So the Most High said our leaders, they judge for reward. They only going to do it a certain. I remember in the church, you remember? Hey, they wouldn't bring nobody from another state unless they was promised a certain amount of money. And as soon as they came, they put out flyers, such and such prophetess is coming to town. You kept hearing prophetess, evangelist so-and-so. And everybody knew to get their money ready. I can remember being a kid, man, and seeing these things. And the first thing they did when they came through the door, hey, they preached that money out your pocket. And they told you, you not saved and you not a child of God if you don't come up out your pocket and give them money, man. Mm-hmm. They didn't teach you to keep anything, no commandments. They didn't teach you about anything, about concerning who you are. They didn't teach you anything concerning your enemy. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Hold that real quick. This is one of the first things they should have showed you, man, to help you. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
I'm just gonna hold this.
I got it.
Yeah. You got it? Mm-hmm. Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Read.
For thou art a holy people.
Now, what if the pastors would have came and told you that, man? Read that again. What if they would have told you, hey, y'all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, y'all special to the Lord. It's a reason why y'all here in these slums. Because all these churches, they're packed in the slums. What if one pastor had got up and said, y'all, are a special people to them. Y'all the Israelites. Read on.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God,
Uh-huh.
and the Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Right?
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
What if you had heard that since you was a kid? What if every time you went to church and you wonder why you was, because that's what people go to church for. A lot of people that go to church, they on their last lamb, man. That's why these pastors going to be judged so heavily. These people that's coming in your door, they're on their last lamb, man. They have no more hope. They saying, okay, you better tell us what I need to do. I'm probably about to die. Or I'm finna probably do something that I'm finna regret for the rest of my life. You see what I'm saying? But they come into them churches and the pastor, hold on, let me show you what they do, man. So finish that Malachi 3, and I'll get this real quick.
Okay.
Malachi
The-
3 and 11,
The heads, therefore, judge for reward,
right?
and the priests thereof teach for ear.
They teach for hire. Read it again.
And the preach thereof teach for hire.
They teach for hire, right?
And the prophets thereof divine for money.
They divine for money, man.
Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us.
Right. So do this for me real quick, Trinity.
And they would always hit you with that scripture, will a man rob
Yeah, will a man rob?
rob God? And then
Fear
that
of
There you
Malachi
go,
3.
this
coronavirus is faith in its ability to hurt your kidney. The fear of what are we going to do? I'm getting laid off at work. Hey, your job's not your source. If it is, you're in trouble. Jesus is your source. Whatever you do right now, don't you stop tithing. Don't you stop sowing offerings. Well, they won't let us go to church. Well, email it in there, text give or something, but you get your tithe in that church. If you have to go take it down there and drop it off and stick it under the door or something, you get that tithe in that church.
sharp
You
as
get
teeth
the
is.
offering in that church, and then you go home and you do what we're supposed to do.
See, he's a devil, man. And he a devil, man. He a devil. I think I had another one. Hold on. You got a precept. Somebody grab a precept while.
See, he said if your job is your source, then you pretty much in trouble. But you scamming and robbing the people, that's your job, that's your source. So when people
Right.
stop giving to you,
Right.
when they wake up and stop giving to you,
Okay, I think I had
got
one
it.
more. You had a precept?
Yeah. So look at Sirach 21 and verse 8.
Do this.
He that buildeth his house with another man's money
Mm.
is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial.
Break that down, Judah.
So what that's saying is him, like if a pastor keeps taking money from the people over and over and using it to profit his own self, it's like him basically building a coffin for his death.
That's right, son. That's right. That's wicked. That's wicked to take you. You know, our people, we already the poor. So you go in there. I can remember my mom going in there. She crying before she go to church, man. A lot of times my mom cried before she go to church. And in church, she's crying. And she's telling me, she's getting me ready, and she's telling me God's gonna make a way. I remember them days. God's gonna make a way. And the Lord did it. He did it because we're his children. He did it because he promised he would do it. He said we would be nourished from the face of the serpent. Right? That's in Revelation. So he promised to take care of us. But it was gonna be tough. So it didn't come from the nourishment that we got wasn't from the pastor or wasn't from giving tithes. It was from the promise that the Most High said that we would be taken care of. So I remember getting me ready for church and crying. And you know what I'm saying? People come and knock on the door telling us we got to get out. I remember us having to go get food. I mean, literally no food in the refrigerator. No food in the cabinet. You open up the refrigerator and the only thing that's in there is that yellow baking soda box, man. I remember this vividly. You go in the cabinet, hey man, you done no more, nothing. Nothing in that peanut butter thing, nothing. No more jelly, No nothing. You got some?
I was gonna say we had mayonnaise sandwiches.
Mayonnaise. I mean, see, y'all children don't know the struggle,
Sugar
man.
water.
Y'all don't know the struggle, man. Because this one, I grew up in a time where crack was at a high, and then they didn't have no EBT card. They had food stamps, and food stamps was like cash. You had the purple one, you had the red one, you had the brown one. Hey, it was literally money, food money. But you could take this food money. Did they take this food money and buy drugs with it? So ain't no damn food, man. So we grew up in, but you know, Mom's did what she had to do. She did her best, but I remember her going to church, and I remember a lot of this stuff in there. This we was supposed to hear Deuteronomy 7:6, and Deuteronomy 28:68, Revelations 13:9-10, Isaiah 14:1-2. But when we went to church, we heard none of those things. So and Yahweh Shah said, "This is how you know if you love me. Hey, feed my sheep." But this is what they fed us. Watch this. I'm gonna play it again.
You double dutching.
These are zesty ass niggas. That nigga zesty as hell, man. Hold on, one more
No,
time.
he was double dutching.
Yeah, look at this nigga. Come on, man. And look at all the people, though, man. Look at the tambourine, dog. You see that shit? That nigga banging the tambourine, man.
This make me so mad.
It's madness, man. So, you know, and it's sad. So look, we'll play a little bit more. But yeah, let's play this. We'll play a little bit more, man.
We propel, birds propel, eagles don't propel. We say,
What fools the nations are to
It's Miss
rage
Piggy. Y'all know who Miss Piggy is?
against the Lord.
You know what's fascinating about it is it's just hair, and everybody wants to talk about my hair.
Let's see, Jan found a scripture in the Old Testament, and in the Living Bible it says that white hair is the crowning glory and is seen most amongst the godly. That is in the scripture.
Now that's something, isn't it?
Yeah.
The apostles were businessmen. They were rich men, had plenty of money. I'm going to show you that Jesus was a wealthy man, had plenty of money. And see, all of that completely foreign to us from
He died of COVID-19. Now this who taught our people that. This where we learned that madness from. Now watch this. Now look at Jake.
How do you know that God blessed Abraham with riches? Blessed him with silver
See that?
and gold. How many of you like silver and gold?
They want that money.
Those of you that don't, you're in the wrong church.
Wicked.
There will be 50 people give $1,000, and do it right now, or I am finished. Try me.
And if you'll call during this telecast,
See that?
that's a
So read that again, Malachi 3 and 11. You know, so this is what we had, man. This somebody give me Ezekiel 34:2. Ezekiel 34:2.
You just want Malachi 3 and 11?
No, just give me Ezekiel 34:2 and give me Jeremiah 50:6. Give me that, man.
Ezekiel chapter 34 and verse 2.
Read that.
Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel.
Read it right.
Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel.
So yeah, the Most High said, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Read.
And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherds, woe be to them.
What did he say?
Woe be to them.
So the Most High said death and destruction to these pastors. Read.
To them that do feed themselves.
That do what?
That do feed themselves.
No, they feed the sheep.
That do feed themselves.
That do feed themselves. Read on.
Should not the shepherds feed the flocks?
Should what?
Should not the shepherds feed the flocks?
Shouldn't that's common sense. Read on.
Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock.
You see that? And that's what these people did. They haven't fed us. They posted up. The church is a corporation. That's a business. So just like the gas stations, just like the restaurants, you see what I'm saying? They posted up on every corner in our neighborhood to do what? To feed off us. They're not there to help you. That's what our people got to realize. Those churches, that's all you got a 4-block radius, and there's a church on every corner right next to a liquor store. They're not there to help you. How can a church in a liquor store coexist? Our people got to use common sense. How can a church in a liquor store coexist right next to each other? One's got to counsel out the other. Either one got to be evil and one got to be good, and one's got to overcome the other. Or they're both evil. So they can both coexist.
Yeah, you get the bottle before church, or you get the bottle afterwards.
Yeah. I can remember going to church, going out to the parking lot, and the deacon out there smoking a Newport. You know. And I'm thinking like, damn, why's the deacon smoking a Newport?
Right.
But you know, give me Jeremiah 50:6, man.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 6.
Read that.
My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
So that's why Yahweh Shah said, when I leave, feed my lambs. Read it again.
My people have been lost sheep.
His people been lost, man.
Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
Our pastors caused us to go astray, right? So, you know, me and your mom, we was looking at pictures today, man. Like before we came into this truth. You know, before we came into this truth, like it was tough. You know, had it not been for this truth, we probably wouldn't be a family today. I'm gonna just be honest with you. If it had not been for this truth, I probably wouldn't be here with y'all. You see what I'm saying? And we was leaning on the pastors for guidance and for light. But darkness is what we was given. Hatred and lies is what they spilled. That's what they spewed out. And we consumed that for a while. It made us sick. I can remember sometimes going to church with your mom and leaving, getting out of the parking lot, immediately getting in an argument. Why? Because we went there, and we went there for a reason. And we left more frustrated, more torn, more distraught than what we came. And then we get immediately to the parking lot and take it out on each other. You see what I'm saying? Should not the shepherd feed the sheep? Right? Because give me Wisdom of Solomon 16:20. Wisdom of Solomon 16:20. There's a reason why the Most High, he set up shepherds and pastors, man. To feed you and to heal you, man. Right? So even these words now, he's giving us the ability to heal. So we sit around the table and we read the word, how it's supposed to be read, and it heals us, man. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 16:20.
Wisdom of Solomon 16:20.
Read that.
Instead whereof thou feedest thy own people with angels' food, and didst send them from heaven bread prepared without their labor.
Right, so this is the manna. Go down to 12.
12. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster.
Right, so it's not a marijuana prescription or a mollifying plaster, a pill. It's not a prescription that you can take or weed that you can smoke. Read on.
That restored them to health.
That what?
That restored them to health.
That's going to heal you mentally, spiritually, physically. What?
But thy word, O Lord.
But thy what?
But thy word, O Lord.
Do with what?
Which healeth all things.
See, that's all they had to do was teach us these words, man, and heal us.
I got a precept.
They were supposed to take Deuteronomy 6 and 7 and mend you. Deuteronomy 28 and 68 and make you whole, right? Because our people are hurt. Our people are hurt, but when you hear the good news, it heals you. Hey, this is why you're going through what you're going through. But look, let me show you Isaiah 14:1 and 2. You're not going to always cry. There's coming a reward for your patience. Go ahead, Judah, what you got?
Psalms 107:20.
Read.
He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destructions.
That's beautiful. So the Most High, just when we was about to drown, just when we was about to die, the Most High sent his word and it healed us and it delivered us from destruction. Right? So give me Matthew 9 and 36, man. And give me John 10 and 11.
Matthew 9 and 36. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion.
He was what?
He was moved with compassion on them.
Read on.
Because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd.
Right. So if you love the Most High, when you see your people, you're going to have compassion. When you see your people, you don't see niggas. You see Israelites, man. You see your brothers and sisters that's lost, the same way you was lost. Our people get in this truth, and then all of a sudden, you always kept the commandments. All of a sudden, you was always righteous. No, you was a nigga. You was in the same condition that they were in. Yahushua did what? Read it again.
But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion.
No, he was hard towards them.
He was moved with compassion.
No, he said them niggas going to hell.
He was moved with compassion on
Fire and destruction.
He was moved with compassion.
Yahushua was moved with compassion towards his own people. Read.
Because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd.
You see? So yeah, it's definitely a time to rebuke, but overall, give me Romans 10 and 1. Overall, when you look at your people, you should have compassion. That's the first thing you should have. Before you judge them, before you give anything, you should have compassion first. Because that's what Yahushua had. That's also what Paul had. Give me that Romans 10 and 1.
Romans 10 and 1.
Read.
Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel.
That's compassion. He said, my prayer and heart's desire is for Israel. He didn't say some of Israel. He didn't say 1/3. He didn't say 1/3 and 2/3. Y'all niggas gonna get saved. Dead. He said for Israel, that what?
That they might be saved.
That they might be saved. Because you could be the 2/3. So we got to have compassion towards one another, man. All Israel. And let the Most High decide who's the 1/3 and who's the 2/3. And stop putting yourself among the number. Like he won't kick you out this thing next month, next week. You got brothers celebrating like the race is finished. No, we still running. There's potholes ahead. There's spikes. There's so many traps ahead. Stop celebrating like you got it in the bag. Give me John 10 and 1. So it was more on that, Matthew? It was Matthew 9 and 36. Did we get 37?
No.
Give me 37.
Matthew 9 and 37.
Read that.
Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few.
But the laborers are few, so it's a lot of work to do, y'all. You see that? It's no time to be feeling sorry for yourself. It's no time to be occupied with things that don't matter with all this work that you see ahead. It's so many things that you can do right now to help your people that will bring joy. That's what it does. This truth, it's the piece that you was missing. This is the equation to your life. This is what makes living all. Before this, I had no reason to live, man. You gotta get into your calling and what the Most High designed you to do. Then your life will be fulfilling, man. And yeah, your people gonna give you a headache, man. And you gonna give your people a headache. Because we are stiff-necked people, man. But you just keep pushing, man. You keep doing what the Most High said do. He said, feed my lambs. It's a lot of different ways you can do that. It's a lot of different ways you can do that. So,
I had a precept.
You had a precept? Give me that.
I got 2 precepts.
Bring them up.
Sirach 28 and 4. Actually, start at 3. One man beareth hatred against another, and doeth he seek pardon from the Lord. 4. He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doeth he ask forgiveness of his own sins.
You see that? That's crazy. You think the Most High gonna forgive you? You know what I'm saying? You don't forgive your brother, and y'all both did the same thing. You see what I'm saying? You ask pardon, but you convicting somebody else for what you asking forgiveness for, and you don't think the Most High see. Hey, we have to give people. We gotta give each other time to grow. That same the same time, that space of time that the Most High gave you. Hey, you better lend that to your brother or your sister. You just cut your brother and your sister off without any grace. You see, let the Most High be the judge of that, man. Let them be the judge of that, man.
I got one more.
You had one more?
Galatians 6:1-2.
Yeah, and then brothers is they on the edge of their seat. He finna fall out the truth. I told you he finna fall off the truth. What you think the Most High don't see that? No, nigga, you finna fall out the truth. You see what I'm saying? How are you glorying because a brother? That brother's struggling. That brother's struggling, man. He's being overcome by demons that if the Most High say you won't overcome them, you won't overcome them neither. That's what we have to understand. That brothers, that sisters, they've been overtaken by a spirit that they can't, there's nothing that you can do about it. So that spirit can overtake any one of us, man. Stop acting like you are stronger than these spirits. No, the Most High just had favor upon you and not so much upon them. And he's watching you glory in them fall. You see? You had a precept.
Galatians chapter 6:1-2.
Read that.
Say, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
You see that?
Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Yahushua.
That's what we have to do in the spirit of meekness. So let's get to it, man. Give me Genesis 19:3, man. We gonna do two of these. We're gonna do two. We're gonna do part 1 and part 2. Give me Genesis 19:3. Because when you feed people, that's a part of love. Feeding someone, y'all in a generation where it's gonna be hard for y'all to understand what genuine love is. Because when I was growing up, at least I had my mother and I had my grandmother. It's a different thing when you have your grandparents. They have a different type of love. And it's been unfortunate, but y'all didn't have that type. It's vital for a child to have the love of grandparents. That love has left the earth. Because your grandparents, they was the only one that could save you from your parents, man. I can't explain it, man. It was just a different type of love. It was an ancient love. Your grandma always asked you. The first thing your grandma would ask you, are you hungry? You just don't hear that no more. As soon as you came in, your grandma would say, are you hungry? That's what the Lord is saying. Feed my sheep. That's love. When you look at your people, they're hungry. They're thirsty. They're about to die. That love has left the earth, man. I remember. You remember that? You don't remember that? Man, people would ask you, are you hungry?
Oh, I thought you were saying like grandparents.
Yeah, man. My grandma, both my grandmas loved me on my pop side and my mama's side.
We unfortunately didn't have that.
Yeah, and I remember that. Are you hungry? Grandma always had something on the stove. I don't know if it was just my grandma, but I'm trying to tell you, if she had cooked it, it'll be on the stove, warm, and it'd be ready all the time. You're supposed to always have something to eat for your people, man. Give me Genesis 19:3. That was always a custom of ours, man. We living in a day where women can't even cook no more. So it ain't no love. I talk to some of the bros. Man, bro, she keep burning eggs, man. She don't love me, bro. She don't love me, bro. Look, I'm trying to find a scripture. I can't find one. I can't find one, bro. Look, she was burning eggs. Hold on, no, man. The sisters knew how to cook, man.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
But if you look at the little slavery signs and stuff that they make, and they be like, we got a bed wench for 300, excellent cook. Like, so even like back in slavery, like we still held on to our customs and, you know, who we were and stuff. So we still had that. So it got stripped over time. So
that's right. And that's passed down. And I know y'all gonna be some fire cooks. Cause your mama, she could throw down. She could throw down, you know what I'm saying? She could throw down, man. Her mama could throw down.
God.
You know, so give me that. Give me Genesis 19:3.
Genesis 19:3. And he pressed upon them greatly.
Give me Exodus 30:20. Go ahead.
And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him.
Right.
And entered into his house.
So our forefather Abraham, he pressed upon these men. Hey, you finna eat. No, y'all been on a long journey. No way you finna go past my house and not eat a good meal. You see? Read on. He pressed them. Sit down, man. No. Eat. Y'all gotta eat. Read on.
And he made them a feast.
He did what?
And he made them a feast.
And that's what we're doing spiritually. You see all these brothers doing these breakdowns. These are feasts. These brothers, they work around the clock tirelessly just for you and I to eat. That's love. That's love. They doing what the Most High said. Hey, feed my sheep. Hey, these brothers are saying you not getting up, you not leaving until you eat at this feast, man. Brothers always cooking, whipping it up. Read on.
And did bake unleavened bread. And they did eat.
And they what?
And they did eat.
Read on.
But before they lay down, the man of the city, even the man of Sodom.
So that was it on that. So give me Exodus 30:20. You got that, Judah?
Yeah.
Read that. Give me John 13:3.
Exodus chapter 30 and verse 20.
Read that.
When they go into the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall wash with water, that they die not. Or when they come near to the altar to minister, to burn offering made by the Lord, made unto the Lord.
That's Exodus 30:20?
Yeah.
Give me 21.
So they shall wash their hands and their feet, and they not die. And it should be a statute forever to them, even to him, and to his seed throughout their generations.
Right. So give me Genesis 18:6. So it's good to wash your feet and wash your hands. That's a form of getting off sins. Right. So on a physical aspect, to feed someone and to have them sit down and wash their hands and wash their feet, and those are all, that's love. So what you do in the spirit, you know, you feed people the word of the Most High. You feed them this manna and you wash them with the word. You see what I'm saying? Wash their hands and wash their feet. These are all the spiritual things, man. And these are things that we should be doing. You should have this word to wash your people. You should have this manna to feed your brethren. You should always have hospitality towards your people. You see that? This is love, man. These the things that Yahweh Shah did. Yahweh Shah, he knelt down and washed all the disciples' feet, man. You see what I'm saying? The disciples said, hey, send these people away. Yahweh Shah, the first thing he said, have they eaten? He said, have they eaten? No, all we got is some fish and a few loaves. I don't care. They not leaving without eating. That's a custom, man. So give me Revelations 3:20. Did you have that? You had that Genesis 18:6? Give me that.
Genesis chapter 18 and verse 6.
Read that.
And Abraham hastened unto the tent unto Sarah, and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal.
Drop down to 3.
And said, my Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant.
But what?
Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree.
That's Abraham. He said, hold on, man. If I found favor, rest a little bit. Let water, just sit back. Let water be fetched, wash your feet. That's what you should want. You should want to clean your people, man, from their sins. Hey, man, chill out, man. Hear these scriptures. You see? Read 6.
6. And Abraham hastened unto the tent unto Sarah.
Into who?
Unto Sarah.
He got his wife involved. Come on.
Come on, she making haste.
Get involved. Come on. And that's what this thing is about. It's about the whole unit getting involved. It's not just the man. We got to involve our women. You have to involve your children. Why? Because if they see you, if they don't have no part in the building, they'll get bored. Everybody needs a part. Everybody needs an assignment. So keep reading.
Quick, and said unto Sarah, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth.
Come. So give me Revelations 3:20. And y'all should give me 32. Give me Sirach 32, 1 and 2, and we gonna end there for now.
Revelations 3:20.
Read that.
Behold, I stand at the door and knock.
This is Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah is always wanting to fix his children a meal. Right? Read on.
If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him.
And what?
And I will sup with him.
He's gonna make you a meal. All right? So Yahweh Shah is always making feasts. Only thing you gotta do is sit down at the table, man. Wash your feet. Wash your hands. And eat. Give me Sirach 32:1.
Sirach chapter 32 and verse 1. If thou be made the master of a feast.
Right, so if the Most High give you the ability to make these meals, he give you the ability to go into Genesis and sprinkle with a little bit of Revelations and dash it with a little bit of Deuteronomy. You see what I'm saying? And salt bay with a little bit of Ezekiel. Read it again.
If thou be made the master of a feast.
If you be made master of the feast, read.
Lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest.
Right, don't lift yourself up because the Most High gave you the ability to break this thing down, to feed your people. Don't start lording over your people. Read on.
Take diligent care for them.
Do what?
Take diligent care for them.
Read on.
And so sit down.
And then sit your ass down. When you've been made master of the feast, hey, take diligent care of your people and don't lift yourself up. Sit your ass down. Where?
Verse 2. And when thou hast done all thy office, take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them, and receive a crown for thy well ordering of the feast.
Right.
For thy well ordering of the feast.
With that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.